Alright, BoLS fans, AdamHarry here. I am at the Star Wars Armada table. I'm actually with the game designer here, James, and Billy, my co-pilot today, is going to be playing the demo, and I'm going to be shooting and trying to commentate as little as I need to. So, they're resetting. They just got done with the demo. It's been crazy, fully packed, but we have been waiting. We really wanted to show off this game. So, yeah, Star Wars Armada. I'm just going to get some shots of the ship, so.
Come back. You want to set your shield dials so that the number displayed matches the blue number printed right next to that dial on each of yours.
So I'll try to get better audio as we do, but it's loud and everybody's voice is almost gone after 3 days of talking constantly. So we'll do what we can.
You want your fighter's sliders to be pressed to the blue side.
So unactivated.
Yep.
And at 3, full health.
So that's the slider, yep. So push it through so that
So basically this is the pointer, and that's how you track the health of the squadron.
There's a pointer.
And this is how you track activation. That's an activated squad. This is a squad that hasn't activated.
So that the pointer points to the highest
happening soon. Join Mayfair Games on Georgia Street.
So you don't want to start
Cones of Dungeon, a game designed for the Parks and Rec TV show.
Them a bit, like pull them alive.
This is the speed dial, so that way you can tell what speed you're currently doing, and all your maneuvers stay at that speed until you either knock it back or accelerate.
Show me some of the cards real fast too while we're waiting.
This is the Big G class Star Destroyer. These are the weapon damages and shield values in each arc of the ship, and this is basically the speed matrix and maneuver matrix for the ship.
Billy is also an X-Wing Pro, so he knows what's going on.
Well, all right, semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
A little bit away from your ship, so you have room.
So where should I put these, or is that fine?
We're just sort of throwing these down for the demo.
All right.
So,
Command cups.
you want your speed, you want these dials to be set. This is Star Wars Armada. I'm James. I was the designer for this, along with Christian Peterson, our CEO. This game is a Fleet Battles miniatures game. So, who here has played X-Wing? Everyone, almost everyone. Of course it's everyone. So, X-Wing is the I know, right? X-Wing is the pilot's game. It's all about quick reactions, decisions on the fly. This is the Admiral's game. It's about long-term planning. So, an example of which, victories have 3 command cups. Every round, we're going to reveal one of these, and then on the next round, we'll plan it by putting it on the bottom. Since we only reveal one at a time, it'll take 3 rounds for it to actually reach the top and come to fruition. So a victory is always planning 3 rounds in advance. Unlike a victory, a CR90 only has 1 cup, so you're planning for the round that's about to happen every time. So the trade-off for being big and powerful is that you can't really react to the situation. There you go. So the overall structure of the game, or the goal, is to kill your enemy's capital ships. The structure is a planning phase where we actually assign those commands, a ship phase where one at a time we activate a ship on one side, ship on the other, back and forth until they've all gone, and then a squadron phase where we do the same thing, just in pairs. Simple as that. So the planning phase has commands that you won't understand until you play the basics, so we'll just skip right past that and jump into the ship phase. So in the ship phase, the player with initiative, which in this game will be the Rebels, chooses any one of their ships and activates it. There's no pilot skill, you just choose which one you want to do. So let's do this Nebulon B first. So the first thing you do is reveal your dial. We'll ignore the effect for now, just know that you do it. Then you can perform 2 attacks. This is the maximum range for an attack, so obviously you're not going to attack on the first round. And then, oh, did it drop on the floor somewhere? You move. So moving is what everyone is curious about. And here's how it works. Everyone has a speed. The speed is on their dial. For this game, we set it at 2. Speed 2 means you move from 0 to 2. But where exactly you end up depends on how you click this thing. You might take a sharp turn to the left, you might side slip maintain your facing while skirting to the side. It's all up to you. Your only limitation is your speed chart. Use the column on your speed chart that matches your speed. So at speed 2, a victory class can't click its first joint because its first box is a hyphen, but it can click its second joint once because you've got a 1. A Nebula B, the first box for the first joint is a 1, so you can click like that. Second joint, click like that. 1 joint each, 1 click each, so you can turn to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll see that there are some grooves on the legs here. Groove there. That's where the plastic triangle actually slots in. So let's say I'm turning to the right here. I would push the wand or the tool in, pull it out, push it over the triangles at speed 2 because that's how fast I'm going, and just pull it out. Simple as that. I'll show you guys now.
And you're not allowed to overlap the template, is that right?
Exactly. So you have to stay on the same side, and you can't cross over like that, and you can't overlap. So if I was to do this, I'd be on top, and it's just awkward. So I just move the template to the other side. Otherwise, you can choose which side you put it on. So, since the Nebula B is going first, go ahead and plot your own move. So you would be overlapping, so you have to put it on the other side.
A little extra movement at the end of my movement.
Second. There you go. And you're moving speed 2, so you'll move up to here.
I'm going to use a bank 1.
Perfect.
A little bit stronger.
Pull it out. Simple as that. So this victory, you'd reveal its dial. It's not going to, we'll just ignore that for now. It would attack twice, but nothing's in range.
Okay.
So now it moves.
All right. So I'm moving speed 2. So I can't click this first one, but I can click the second up to
click
1.
that once,
all right.
if you want.
So I'm actually gonna do. Actually, no. I'm gonna just go straight ahead.
All right.
So
Pull ahead full.
So we go from there.
So you attack first and then move?
Yep.
So it's
That's
flipped.
the big change from next one. Yep.
Yeah, you attack first and then move. That's big.
So, let's try a rebel over here. Okay. Let's roll down there.
Any particular one?
Either one. So that's the end of the ship phase. Now we move on to the squadron phase. In the squadron phase, we move 2 at a time. So we'll do 2 X-Wings, 2 TIE Fighters, 2 X-Wings, and 2 TIE Fighters until everyone's gone. When a squadron activates during this phase, it can move or attack. It can't do both like a ship can. The attack range for a squadron is distance 1. So it's very short.
Yep.
You have to be that close to attack. So keep that in mind when you
Move
move
or attack. Very important.
So to move, it's even simpler. Just put the ruler against the side of your base. Look at your speed, which is the yellow number. For X-Wings, it's 3. For TIE Fighters, it's 4. So you, for an X-Wing, you can move up to the 3 line, front to front. Simple as that. You don't have to move all the way, it's optional. And you can move in any direction because there's no facing. There's basically just a big circle that you can put yourself down. Facing is non-existent for squadrons. Same goes for attacks. Yep. So
What about turning or anything for the squadrons? They just place them?
There's no facing.
Okay.
It's just go wherever you want, attack wherever you want.
Perfect.
Nearby. So go ahead and move one of those X-Wings. So start on that side.
So he can basically place it anywhere within 3.
Yeah. There's a big circle.
There's a big circle. You just kind of put them wherever.
Yep.
So even if you wanted to put them on the other side of the ship, of a capital ship, you just move them over. Yeah, that's cool.
You don't have to worry about like going
fast.
this way and then one
Yeah,
this way.
yeah, exactly.
Unnecessary. Alright, so we did 2 X-Wings, let's do 2 TIE Fighters.
Do you want to do 1 and 1, or do you want me to do 2? Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's on the other side. Duh. Alright, let's see.
Let's go for mud. It's ideal to swarm together with all of your TIE fighters.
I was going to point that out.
All right.
Can you measure range or distance at any
You can
time?
pre-measure. So if you wanted to move in a little closer so you can attack, good idea.
Oh, pre-measuring, cool, cool.
All right, there's my two.
Oh, so when you activate a squadron, push in and slide. Blue should switch to red. Normally you do it when you pick it up.
Yeah,
at Armada.
it'd be easier then.
They charge it an hour, so I wake up, switch to
There you go.
batteries.
Another X-Wing down there.
And then the activation marker. So yeah, I guess it would be easier just to pick it up, move it, and then...
So you learn the best practices as you go. Alright, and the two TIE fighters.
Get him!
We continue along our trajectory until we have very focus.
Alright.
Yeah. So where they start? Oh, you got it.
And pushing their sliders. Alright. So that's the end of the round. The reason there are two colored sliders is that this initiative token also tracks activation across the board. So the first round was blue, so everyone had their blue tab sticking out. Once you activate it, you switch to red and can't activate again. But at the end of the round, flip it over.
That keeps you from having to reset everything.
Exactly.
That's smart, yeah.
So now it's a red turn. Red means you can go. Simple as that. So we're back to the start of the round. We skipped the planning phase before, but here's the basics. You've got these command cups. You have, as I mentioned before, you have a full stack of them planned on the first round. So a victory has to plan all three of them, and then they come out one at a time. The one you would have revealed on round one, you will plan now, and it goes on the bottom. It'll take 3 rounds for it to come up.
Gotcha.
For demo purposes, we'll just do just change the top one so that you can do one of the commands that you want to do. But know that you would have put it on the bottom.
Sure,
The commands are described on the sheets, but I can give you an example. So you have the concentrate fire, which lets you add a die when you attack. You have squadron, which lets you activate squadrons that are within short to medium range and they can move and attack. That's the big difference there. Navigate is the arrow. That lets you change your speed, and you can click you can do one extra click on the maneuver tool. And repair is the gear. That lets you heal some damage, but just kill each other.
So concentrate fire, squadron, navigate, and repair.
They always attack every turn.
And I've actually got all the...
Oh, okay.
One of those extras. I don't know. Should have his face on it. Oh, it's
I think Billy's going to go for blood.
Good. That's what I want. He'll activate. You can push in his slider. If you're at distance 1, you are engaged. You can't move out of engagement. Someone has to die.
Okay.
So you can attack, however.
That was what I was hoping for.
So all of these guys are engaged with you, so you can attack any one of them.
So because he's not moving, and he played the squadron command, does he get to attack twice this turn?
He still just gets one of each.
I think I'm going to go for this line right in front of me.
Okay. So when you attack a squadron, you use the dice printed on the left here. This is the anti-squadron die. It's got a spiny circle, basically. For an X-Wing, that's 4 blue dice.
Okay.
So this is 3 hits.
Okay.
This is the crit symbol. Anytime a squadron is involved, ignore this. It's a miss. So 3 damage. This TIE fighter has 3 health. He's dead.
So just removed.
Pull him right off.
All right.
Just like the movies, they die like trees.
That's all right.
So that was your squadron activation. Now you attack. To attack, you measure range to a target that you want to hit. You have 4 hull zones. Each hull zone has its own shields, its own dice value against ships, and its own firing arc, which is also the lines that border it. So from the front, you can attack this Star Destroyer's front. the dice that you use are whatever is printed and are legal for the range. So red dice are legal at any range. If you were a CR90, you have 2 red and 1 blue. You could only add that blue in if the enemy was within close to medium. Otherwise, you just use the 2 red at long range. Simple as that. So if you want to attack that capital ship, you can.
Definitely.
All right.
2 red dice.
So 3 red dice. So we got hit, and accuracy. You may have noticed that there are no defense tokens, or no defense dice. That's because there are defense tokens. Good God, if there are no defense tokens, I've done something wrong. So here are the defense tokens.
Okay.
This is half damage. You can spend this to reduce the total damage down to 1 from 2.
Right.
Redirect lets you take the damage on an adjacent hull zone. So he shot your front, but you could take it on your left or your right, but not both, just 1. You can split it as you want. So you could take 1 here and 1 here if it was still 2 damage.
Okay.
So that's your...
And I can do both of those?
You can do 1 of each type.
Okay,
so you can do 1 of these and 1 of these.
Well, I will do that.
He rolled an accuracy result,
so does that mean
which means he can choose 1 of your tokens that you can't spend.
All right.
So
you can't use the half damage.
All right.
So I can't use that one, so I spend
it doesn't flip over, you just can't use it.
Okay,
So
you tap it,
people
basically.
usually do that.
Okay.
So you can redirect if you want now.
All right, so now, but I'm dealing with both hits
2
now.
damage.
All right, so I'll redirect. I'll take 1 on the front, and I'll redirect the other one to the port side.
Okay, so flip over that token, and then you just need to do 1, because that's available on a future attack.
Oh, so it lets you redirect all the damage?
As much as you want, to 1 zone.
So
Yeah, one redirect to do everything.
Yeah.
So you don't have to redirect multiple times.
and 1 on the
Because you can only
side.
spend each token once.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, so when you spend a token, you flip it over to its red side. At the end of the round, they'll flip back to the green side, and you can use them again. You can use them while they're red. If you do, it's discarded for the rest of the game. You've burned that resource.
Emergency.
It's a desperate measure. Alright, so that was your first attack. You have a second attack if anything is in range, but it looks like this TIE fighter is just out and nothing else is spent. So he'll now move on to his movement.
I jumped in the demo.
So he's still going speed 2, which is 1 click on the first joint, 1 on the second.
I'm still standing.
Alright, we're going to curve off to the left here. Go slots into the front.
Just listing lazily to the left.
Nice to the side here. We'll move the X-Wing out of the way. So he's been overlapped. That TIE fighter's okay. So, that's alright. Because he overlapped this guy, you get to choose where this guy goes. He just has to be adjacent to the ship. Perfect, right between the 2.
Does he have to be basically in contact with the base?
In contact,
or something like that? Okay.
So, the ship's done. Now it's your Star Destroyer.
All right, so I would flip the cup, right?
Yep.
And we've got
So,
concentrate fire. All right.
So you'll do your attacks now.
Okay.
We got 2 attacks.
All right, so I'm going to do both attacks on the Nebulon B.
So you can't attack from the same hull zone more than once.
Okay.
So
all right.
from your front, you'll get 1 shot.
All right, for 1, and maybe I'll try a shot at that guy over there.
And you'll have to measure range to see if it's possible.
Okay. It
So let's-
doesn't look like it's possible.
Right.
No,
So,
it's not possible.
yeah,
So I don't have an attack.
Right. Just from your front.
All right, so we'll do the front one at range band 2, looks like. Right?
Yep. So that's at medium range. You
Okay.
can shoot his front. So you have 3 black and 3 red on your front.
Right,
You
so-
weren't close enough to use the black. So you'll just use the red.
Okay, so 3 reds. Yeah.
And 2 crits and an accuracy. So this Nebulon B has half range. At medium, he can choose 1 die that you have to re-roll. Re-rolling.
Because I have accuracy, can I pick one of those
Yep.
out for him not to use?
Yep.
I'll tap your half damage.
Good choice. So you can make him re-roll if you want. There's a chance that it could come up blind. There's also a chance it could come up double hits.
Yeah. Reroll one of those crits.
Okay, so re-roll. Oh,
There you go.
There you go. All right. So you only take 1 damage on your front, so you just rotate that down. What's that? Nope, that just means your shields are gone. Then you start taking damage. Okay.
So the crits don't, just like in the next wing, the crits don't hit until after your shields are gone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So that was his first attack. If he had range on these guys over here, he could shoot them. When ships attack squadrons, they use this value right here, 2 blue dice. Blue is only close to medium, so you don't quite have range. So your attacks are done, so you get to move.
Could I potentially, is he in the side art? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, not quite.
Okay, alright.
There you go. So he can move.
Alright. So he's still speed 2.
And you can start, you can activate one of your guys now. What was that? You can activate one of your guys.
So it's shoot and then...
Yep.
So that's pretty much the combat. I'll come back when we're shooting squadrons.
Right?
Yeah. So line of sight is targeting point to targeting point. You have line of sight as long as that line doesn't cross over the defender's firing arc. And with a squadron, it's simply closest point to that line. So you have sight here because you're not going over this line, and he has sight to the targeting point that's on this side.
So if the imaginary line drawn between the 2 yellow points intersects that, then you'll only be able to fire into that side.
Yep. Usually it's pretty obvious without even measuring.
Right, right.
You can measure
if you can see both, can you pick which side?
Yeah. So because you can see both, it's your choice.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's just...
What happens with the ram again?
So if you collide with another ship, which means you would overlap at the end of your movement, you pull back to a previous speed. So he's trying to do a 2-speed maneuver, so he'll pull back to the 1 on the same side. If he actually hits. He doesn't have to. It's his choice. And then both ships take 1 face down damage.
1 face down damage. Okay, that's good to know. So when the capital ships attack squadrons, you actually shoot at all the squadrons in range.
Yep,
on that,
all that are within
that arc.
range.
But it's one. It's not one die roll though. It's a new die roll for each squadron. Yeah.
So that's a miss.
And again, you don't count critical hits. It's just plain old regular hits.
Just regular hits.
This guy got to light up 3 squadrons.
Howrunner has some defense tokens. She had all the ships.
Some squirrely maneuvering there.
So the last thing to do is activate the final squadrons who didn't activate during the ship phase. So anyone who is still ready. So starting with X-wings, 2 X-wings. So this guy has already gone as his A, so he's the only one. And remember, you can move or attack during this phase, not both.
Right, it's only range 1, right? Yeah, he doesn't have a target.
Yep, that's me. Alright. Now 2 TIE fighters.
Yeah. Alright, so they're going to attack Luke. So which, they use this one, right?
Yep, so you roll 3 blue dice. So 1 hit and 2 crits, but you have the swarm keyword.
Okay.
When you've got more than 1 guy engaged with an enemy, you get to re-roll 1 of your dice. So you can re-roll 1 of those crits. And still came up a crit, that's 1 damage. So Luke, you have half damage, which won't do anything against 1. And you have ace, which will cancel all the dice. Do you want to spend that against just 1 damage?
I'll take the 1 hit.
Alright. It's the little things that kill you.
Yep.
And the other guy, so 1 hit and 2 accuracy. You can 0 out both of his defense tokens and then just do the 1 damage. So another damage on Luke. So
Luke's squadrons get blown away.
Those unique squadrons take some time to take down, but if you concentrate fire on them, it's not that. So they're both activated.
2 hits.
And the fighters over here that haven't gone, the TIE fighters.
Yes, I score. So I get 4 dice with the Howrunner?
Yep, Howrunner adds an extra die.
To every squadron in range?
Yep, that has the swarm keyword.
Howrunner claims a victim.
Alright. And Howrunner's left over, she could still move around.
Oh, get in there with that capital ship.
Yeah, get a nice and personal. Can a capital ship disengage from a...
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's just swarms that can't disengage from it.
Yep. There you go. Then her slider will click over. And that would be the end of the round. the initiative token would flip back to the blue side, so that blue means blue fighters can go. And then, were we to continue, you'd keep playing until one side's capital ships were destroyed.
So would we do the planning first before?
Yep, you would do the planning phase, and then you would do ships, and then squadrons.
Right.
Well, there you have it, BoLS fans. That's pretty much Star Wars Armada in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed that quick demo. This is AdamHarry. Billy, say hi. I think Billy's going to keep playing. I'm going to keep taking some photos. But that's pretty much it. If anything else happens, I will drop back in. But thanks for watching.